Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Monday, September the 17th, 2012. We're looking at a couple of charts today. Starting off looking at the Australian market, the AORD. You can see that we have advanced to stop again today, and we would continue to do that. Right now, we've actually advanced to stop on Toronto Stock Exchange, this one, and the oil index chart, the XOI. All those are kept on our free website at PerfectStockAlert.com. You can check out every single chart that we actually track here on the website. They're updated every single night. The charts are. They also show you every time I advance a stop loss limit, and I'll be doing that until we're eventually stopped out. We've got a lot of money on the table, so we need to be stopped out or continue to make money to the upside, right? A couple things to note that the European market charts will be updated roughly about 5 o'clock every single day. That's just when the updated charts get to me, and that's when I update them for you guys, okay? Should also be noted that we were stopped out of the EWJ today. Took a nice little gain on that one, so that's also updated on the chart already. And now we're going to be moving on down and look at the U.S. markets. You start off looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is down 40 points for the day. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if I should say I am surprised that we saw any downside here, just because we have a lot of upside potential still to go. But in any event, the actual reason that I have my stop at this point here as opposed to this one here, I told you guys when we were doing this, that was trailing my 2 candlesticks here because I didn't want to be stopped out, which would have happened today had you been actually keeping a really tight stop. You might have been stopped out there. That's what I didn't want to happen because I don't believe this is actually the peak. So my stop is way down here. In this case, I'm leaving it at there. I have other charts that I'm not leaving this scenario open. I'm locking in a lot more gains. This one I have plenty of gains on the table here, and I don't believe that you're going to see a lot of move down into this candlestick formation here. I don't think you're going to see this kind of a thing here. It's possible. You could always get a test of the previous resistance and see if it's acting as support, so on and so on. But I think you'd have to just be really kind of silly to do that. But it's happened before, so it could happen again. In any event, I'm still looking for buy scenarios. You are in a clearly defined uptrend. You go in like this. That means a higher series of highs, higher series of lows. There's no question in the direction of this actual chart. Whenever you're in that scenario, you don't want to waste your time trying to figure out, is this the peak or is this the bottom? Is this the peak? Is this all you want to do is say, okay, she advances, she pulls back on low volume, I look for my entry opportunity. That's how you trade a market. That's how you trade a trend. You stay with the trend, let the trend do what it's going to do, and you just find the buy opportunities. Any of these opportunities back here, you probably would have loved to have owned. You didn't buy them because there was some reason. Over here, any of these opportunities you would have loved to have bought. You didn't because there was some reason. Here, there's always going to be a reason why you do not buy. You should learn, if you want to make money in an uptrend, buy the uptrend. Now, there's one more thing I want to teach you guys today, and it's going to be a little bit different for some of you guys. If you've already been to the free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, you know we got tons of tutorial videos there teaching you how to use technical analysis to make money. What we're going to show you today is a little piece of the Ultimate Oscillator, and we've got a video there that teaches you everything you need to know about the Ultimate Oscillator. But for those of you who have not done that, let me show you guys something. Whenever you look at the Ultimate Oscillator, you typically note that the point at 30, below that or to that, is oversold condition or excessively oversold condition. Here above the 70 line, that's where you get into overbought territory, right? You start looking for a sell-off, right? That's why we mark it here saying, hey, this is running pretty good, it's probably going to pull back, and she does. Then you start looking for these buy opportunities around the 30 line. You say, Christian, this happens one time in the past 3 months. It never ever hits that. That's because when you're in an uptrend, like we've been talking about, typically, your Ultimate Oscillator will find support at the 50. So when you're below the 50, you're actually oversold already. Now start doing your start analyzing the chart. Oversold, 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 oversold. Let's see, this one was wrong. This one you could be debated whether it was just early, and so let's call it wrong too, and just say 1, 2 are wrong and the rest of them are right. My point for saying that was right as well. Look at 65, pulling back down right now. If she gets to the 50 point, I think you'll hit a bottom. Quick look here at the NASDAQ, still very strong here. Don't see any reason to alter my strategy at this particular point. Continue to trade with the trend. move to the upside here, look for pullbacks as being buy opportunities. Today wasn't really a pullback, it's consolidation. You really didn't make any move lower. This I would consider a pullback. This here is just moving sideways, and right now that's something you should be expecting to happen. It's going to, you get advanced and then you get consolidation, you get advanced and you get consolidation. This stair step method is how bulls climb. It's typically what they say: bulls take the stairs and bears take the window. Quick look at the Russell 2000 small cap index. I'm leaving my stop where it's at, but I don't know, I could actually advance the stop to today's low, and if I got stopped out, just collect that much more profit there. However you want to trade, it's up to you. I'm just looking at this the same scenario as I was the Dow Jones Industrial Average or the what is it, the Nasdaq, and so forth and so on. I don't really expect we'll get falling below this candlestick here. I could be wrong, and we could actually get pulled down there and get stopped out, and that's fine. I'm just looking for another buy opportunity. In any event, this is how I'm trading it. You do however you'd like to, and I'd like to point out that this is not a shooting star, which means it's not the top. The SPX, or the S&P 500 Large Cap Index, there's not really anything here that concerns me. Even my stop in the same place, a little bit of downside pressure today, not a big deal. I do see the shooting star formation at the top right here, and I recognize that could be, someone could be calling that as, okay, I'm going to call this a very tip top, and we're going to be selling off from here. And you're attempting to call a market peak, and let me tell you, from experience, that's not easy to do. I've done it on occasion, but it's not easy to do. So you may be doing that. I am not. I actually believe that this market is still got lots of buying opportunities out there. I still see the individual charts out there. I can get some pullbacks in certain areas. I can see that, but as far as this being the end-all be-all peak, I'm not certainly sure that's true. One last chart to show you guys today, TSX, the Toronto Stock Exchange. I have advanced the stop all the way up to today's low, 1 cent below today's low. If we're stopped out, we will lock in a very nice gain, and the rest of it is just history. I don't really care what happens to this chart at that point. I will be looking again for another buying opportunity after I get a quality pullback. I want something that looks really good. I want not just one little down day or 1-2 little down days. I want a nice little pullback with something like that, maybe pulling back down to previous resistance, acting as support now. Like this point here was previous resistance. We broke through that. It's now going to be acting as support. If we were to actually pull back down to that level, I don't know that you would do it now, but if you did and get a hammer candlestick formation, something like that, I would be, of course, looking for an entry opportunity in those scenarios because the trend is up, right? Okay, now you know everything I know. And if you've not been to the free website at perfectstockalert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free, and all we ask in return, please refer a friend. God bless. Take care. See you in the next one. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.